everyone, what is up? I'm Maddie, and then this is my friend
Kayla.
Whoop whoop. You've not seen her yet. She'll be in my vlog that I'm putting up today, but yeah. So welcome to
Weight Loss Wednesday!
That's not corny or anything. So we're going to discuss something a little bit different for this video than I've done in the other two weight loss videos that I've done, except I do want to discuss about my previous videos real quick. I have still been doing good on water. I haven't had any soda, so it's been 2.5 weeks now. She's weird. It's been 2.5 weeks now, so this Sunday it'll be 3 weeks, so yeah. I'm super duper excited about that. Another thing that I've done good. And well, apparently I have to be grammatically correct on the video. And I did not swap any of my meals for salads like I said to do. I have eaten a few side salads with my food, but I have not swapped a complete meal for a salad yet. That is still going to be my goal this week, as well as drinking the water, which I said I want to set a really set goal for 4 weeks and to make sure I keep up with it. But what we're going to do now is we're both dieting differently. You know the kind of diet I'm doing, slow and steady. We're kind of like the infamous story of the rabbit and the tortoise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you saying you're going to win the race?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Well, I guess that's funny. No, I'm not saying I'm going to win. We're going to discuss what each of us are doing and what changes we made. You can go first since you're my guest. What are you doing in your diet / changing your routine up?
Okay, so as far as my diet, I would first off like to say that I do have a doctor monitoring my progress. The diet that I am on, I was given by a doctor. It was given to me by a doctor. Just want to put that out there for you guys, so that you know that I'm not going about it in an unhealthy way.
Manner, yeah.
So for my diet, basically what I did is I quit drinking any kind of soda, diet or regular. I quit drinking juices. Basically the only thing that I've had to drink for the last 10 days, I'm on day 10. The last 10 days is water. I drink like 8 16-ounce bottles of water a day, which might be a little excessive, I don't know. I go to the bathroom a lot, but I feel good. I eat lots of vegetables. I eat lots of lean meats. I eat occasional fruit. I'll have fruit like every other day, and then I'll have plain oatmeal or like a piece of whole wheat bread every other day, just to make sure that I'm still getting some carbs in. So basically that's what I've been doing for my diet.
Okay. You guys know some of the gist of mine. I slowly incorporate better things into my life. I'm still working on the whole dropping the habit of drinking pop, which was a really big stickler for me, and it was something that I really decided if I couldn't change any of my weight, my goal was that I wouldn't drink my calories and drink like 5,000 calories in pop each day, because you can lose a significant amount of weight from just cutting out something that's not necessarily. It's not necessary to drink soda and drink sugar. It's not necessary. So I've been cutting that out, drinking water and juice. Here and there I have smoothies instead of meals to try and tie over if I'm a little hungry before dinner. That way I don't overeat and add more food when I don't really need it and I'm just kind of slightly hungry. We do have fresh fruits here lately. I've been munching on berries, blueberries, and strawberries whenever I'm feeling a little hungry, and just eat about a handful. Other than that, I haven't changed much to my diet yet. Like I said, mine is more methodical, and I want to do it over time, so I give myself and my body more time to adjust to all the changes that I'm making to it.
So basically the main difference between it is that she's going slow and incorporating things into her life one by one. I quit all the sugar and junk cold turkey. Let's see, like I said, today is day 10, so 10 days ago I just quit.
You have a specific guideline that you're following right now,
Yep.
whereas me, I'm creating the guideline as I go. I guess that would be our huge just difference. We still have the same thoughts about what we need to eat and what we will eat. We're just doing it in a different way. We're crossing the finish line in a different aspect.
Yeah.
So how do you feel at this point on day 10 for you with your diet?
So for day 10 for me, I feel really good. I do. I've noticed that I'm not as tired, I'm not as sluggish, I don't feel as lethargic. I noticed my face has cleared up a lot, and actually I have some pictures of when we were at your birthday party on May 14th compared to where I am on day 10 of just my face, and you can see a big difference in you can see a big difference in just my face. I don't know, you saw the picture,
Yeah.
I think you can see a big
Yeah, your face is clear. I've
clear.
noticed, yeah.
I feel like my cheeks don't feel as puffy. I definitely don't feel as bloated. I don't feel as hungry. Basically, I just feel really, really good. How about you?
A big change I've noticed is, especially because I think it's because you do it too, we have a huge different water intake now. We actually take in water, and I think H2O is one of those things that's the best for you and is so overly looked over. Like they're just like, oh, it's just water. It is something that makes your hair shinier, your nails grow better, your face clear up. Like you said, the puffiness. I have less puffiness, I've noticed, because I drink more water. I don't know what it is. I'm not an expert in all this stuff, but it makes me less puffy.
Do you feel more energetic?
Yeah,
would you say
I wouldn't. Okay, so this is where it gets a little hard because I'm not also changing my diet, so I wouldn't say I'm necessarily more energetic yet. I have noticed differences on like how I feel, but I'm tired a lot, and that also could play on my diet. And like I said, I'm changing everything,
Right,
but
it's more slowly, right?
yeah. So I get really tired. That could just be me also. So I don't know yet. That's something I'll really have to look into more. I am more energetic, like I said, at work. Like when I'm up and I'm active and I'm drinking water at work, and that's a really good thing that I've really incorporated, is making sure I drink water at work. And don't just like drink a ton before and then drink a ton after.
Right.
Keep it steady throughout the day.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a big key. Just real quick here, as far as when you're trying to lose weight, I know a lot of times people think that when they eat less and they work out more, they're going to lose, but that's not the case. And I know that other people have touched on this before in other videos. Always make sure that you're eating the smaller meals. I personally eat 5 to 6 times a day at least. I just do, smaller portions, and like I said, I've been doing the salads and the healthy foods. But if you hold back the fuel from your body, then your body is going to take what it has on it, and it's going to want to keep it there because you're not getting any. And it's kind of the same thing with water weight. If you don't stay hydrated, your body, it's not getting enough water. It doesn't think that you're going to be putting more water into it, so it retains a lot of that water that you have in there. So what I like about what Maddie's doing is that she's taking it slowly and incorporating everything into her routine one by one. It's good for anybody who's just starting out, anybody who doesn't have the willpower to just change everything all at once.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
I think that a lot of people get discouraged because they don't have the willpower to just not do it. And there's nothing wrong with not having that willpower. It's something you have to learn. So,
and the other part about that is there is 100 million different mediums between where I am and where Maddie is. You don't have to change just water and then go 3 weeks just drinking water before you change something else. You can go from
a week.
You can go a week at a time. You can change your water intake and the amount of vegetables that you
like
eat
2 or
in the
3
same
things.
week. I mean, there's 100 different ways that you could
do this.
Go in between and not go all the way extreme,
but not go
on
as
either
slow.
end.
Yeah.
Right. So, but that's what I like about yours is that it's good for beginners and
I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you in that aspect. 2 or 3 things is nothing compared. Like it's not like 2 or 3 things. It's not going to be like that discouraging for you, honestly. Compared, and they're not going to be like huge changes. They're not going to be like don't eat anything that's ever been fried again, unless you really want to make that. But it could be like make yourself eat 2 meals a day with green vegetables and more of a colorful plate. Like what I want to do is kind of turn more half of my plate into vegetables and then the rest into protein and maybe some kind of starch. I know that a lot of people don't like starches, they stay away from them. But like I said, I'm trying to get everything. What I like about yours is that you've changed everything. You've gotten every habit kicked so far. The only thing is that I'm afraid that you may get discouraged if you fail. And that's what I'm here for. Like, if you ever get discouraged and you fail, you know, you can turn around and start again. There's no, like, no do-overs. Like, it's a life change. If you're trying to change your habits in your life, you can take it and just restart if you want to restart.
And I know that this has been said 100 different times on 100 different videos. It didn't take a day to get this way. It's not going to take a day to fix itself.
What's the saying?
One
Rome
bad
was not
day.
built in a day.
Yep. So one bad day is not going to kill your new lifestyle.
10 good days. Compare, if you have one bad day where you cheat and it was horrible and you feel or you feel horrible about yourself, think about the 2 weeks of amazing days with amazing foods and amazing vegetables and all the water you've drank. It's not going to be as big of a difference to the one day that you screwed up.
One bad day is not going to ruin you. One good day is not going to make you.
Exactly.
Sure.
It's another point is repetition is a huge part of what you do in your life. When you repeat stuff, you're more likely to keep it going and to keep doing and remember to do certain things like drinking water. I personally drink a glass of water right when I wake up, like a bottle of water. I drink a whole bottle of water when I wake up. And repetition. If you keep doing it, you're more likely going to wake up in the morning one day and you're just going to be like, oh, I need to go get a bottle of water compared to making yourself do it.
And I think I read an article one time that said it takes like 21 or 22 days maybe
about a month
a habit
or to break a habit.
Right. So,
just briefly talk about what you feel like is beneficial for your choice in what you're doing.
For myself?
For yourself.
Me?
Yeah, talk about why you chose to do what you did.
Oh yeah, the one that I was talking, okay. So, let's see, I started off last time with a corny quote. I won't do that this time. I'm just going to say that the doctor who monitors my progress, she is a doctor that I work for. I don't remember if I've actually mentioned that in this video yet or not.
No, yeah.
But she's a doctor that I work for. So I work only weekends usually at the clinic, and she, I had her take a look at me because I had a cold a couple weeks back, and she basically said, look, you're only 21 years old, and you weigh this much, and you're this tall, and, you know, you have a kid to take care of, and you gotta change things.
The hard truth.
And she's really into health, really into fitness. You know, she herself is really healthy and really fit, and kind of encouraging in more of a tough love type of way.
Do you think that has been very beneficial for you? The tough love?
I feel like it has. One of the biggest things I think as far as my motivation and sticking with it already for even 10 days is the fact that I have to go into work every weekend or see her every week and stuff, and she's always right there on my case asking me, what did you eat? How do you feel? Did you lose any more weight this week? Just kind of making sure she is holding me accountable. And that I think is really helping. The other thing that I really like about the diet that I chose is I actually have found that I'm not really having the cravings for the chips or the cookies or having the cravings, especially for the soda pop. Just hearing a can of pop open just kind of is so unappetizing to me now. Especially after drinking all that water. It just feels good. It just feels good to have water in me.
It makes you feel like you've accomplished something in a way, and you feel like if you take that first drink of a pop, it's going to come back, like the feeling of like wanting to chug a pop.
Right.
And I don't ever want to feel that again. So,
Okay, so what about you? What do you think, how do you feel about as far as what's benefiting you about the way you're going about things?
I think it's benefited a lot because I have not had a craving for pop at all. And normally, if I've tried to cut something completely, like my whole diet change, like being like, I'm only going to eat this much or this much and only eat these things, I've had a tendency to fail in one way or another, and then that's had a tendency to make me just feel really bad about myself. Doing the whole water thing, I have not had a craving for pop. I haven't wanted it. Everyone's asked me and been like trying to tempt me, and I don't want it. I don't feel like it.
Right.
Doing this video, I have noticed that maybe I could probably change like a few more things at a time, but I'm definitely happy with the way I'm doing it. I feel like for me, I'm one that I have willpower for certain things, but when it comes to this, it's basically like an addiction.
Right.
Food can be an addiction. Fast food, pop, anything can be an addiction. And you gotta have to take time to detox your body. So I think that's why I'm happy I'm doing what I'm doing. I get to detox everything for my body time by time.
Right. So. Right. Just kind of a forewarning, if you do decide to switch everything up right away, kind of be prepared for that change. Because it's not just mental, it's physical also.
That's a good point that you just said that. It's not just physical, it's mental, and it's not just mental, it's physical.
Right.
Like, you're really training your mind to completely do something completely different.
And another thing that I know that we've both said in this video, I do have a doctor monitoring what I am doing.
That is important. If you're wanting to do something along what she's doing and just cutting everything, you need to see a doctor.
Make sure that
you're
doing it the healthy way. You're not under eating. You're not, just make sure you're doing it the healthy way. And I'm
picking the right foods.
I want to stress that enough that you make sure if you're going to change everything right away, or if you're going to start some big fitness program or anything like that, just make sure that you consult your physician.
I know it's dorky, and I know you're thinking like, everybody says that. Yeah. But it really is, like, your body is so used to one thing. Honestly, it's almost like it goes into shock when you completely change it. Or when you do, like a workout system like P90X or Insanity. You're completely doing something that your body's not used to, and you could hurt in different areas. It could affect you different ways. Like, it could give you maybe, like, stomach issues, and then you could find out why if you go see a physician. They could tell you, well, you're eating a little too much of this. It affects this or this or this. So it's really important to discuss it.
So now that we've actually kind of touched on that a little bit, and I know this wasn't on the list of questions that we were going to talk about, are you doing any workouts?
Okay, this like dorky. It's not necessarily a workout, but I do keep myself moving. I have a tendency to listen to music in my room and dance around. I have an iPhone, so I just pull up Pandora. I'm really into pop music and stuff like that, and it's really high energy. So I'm in my room dancing around, and I'm keeping moving. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm like sticking to a workout, and I work on my feet, so that's also a big portion. I walk and work a lot. So.
Yeah. And what Maddie's saying is really, really important. Just keep yourself moving. You don't have to commit to an intense exercise program. You don't have to work out 4 hours a day. You just have to keep yourself moving. Do sit-ups or jumping jacks during commercials. Instead of, asking someone else to get the remote for you that's 4 feet in front of you on the coffee table.
That's actually really...
Stand up and change the channel. Or, I know this is so cliche, take the stairs instead of the elevator, or take, just park half a block away and walk,
That's actually really...
just little things like that, little differences that could...
If you're watching TV, like if you're a huge TV watcher, you don't have to necessarily stop. I would just recommend maybe like when you're watching TV, stand up and move around a little, stretch a little,
Yeah, stretching is really good for you too.
It's really good for you. Just kind of like sit, maybe like in like butterfly, and then switch around and sit in different ways while you're watching TV. I mean, it's a way to just keep yourself active and everything. And
absolutely, yeah.
And that way you don't have to like commit yourself to something right away. Because I know that when some people change your diet, your routine for working out, everything all at once, that can be overwhelming. And also, I think it's really important to have a friend. Like, don't always have someone to discuss it with. Like, if you're feeling really down and you're like, I just want to eat this piece of cheesecake or this piece of cake.
But it's just one.
You have your friend to sit there and say, well, eat half of it maybe, Don't eat a full piece. Eat half of it. That's still less than maybe you would have eaten a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Or just be like, eat a bite of it and then tell someone to take it away.
And this is something that I had also mentioned kind of earlier. I don't remember if it was on this one or the last one we made that we're not posting. For lunch today, I had one broccoli bite thing.
Exactly.
And I limited myself to one. If you're going to do it, you don't need it because you're hungry. Just do
Moderation.
it for the flavor. Take 2 bites of a cheesecake, 2 small bites of a cheesecake.
Not like
half the cheesecake in one bite. No, not like that.
Yeah.
Just take 2 small bites of a cheesecake. You know, have.
And just remember, you're all human. You're gonna make mistakes. Don't beat yourself up about it. I know that's something really simple, but it's really hard to not beat yourself up about
Right.
failing.
Right.
And it's not failing necessarily if you screw up one day or if you screw up one meal. It's
Right.
not that big of a deal. If you have a ton of carbs one meal, then maybe the next day just don't eat so many carbs and eat more fruits and vegetables and healthier snacks, and then get back on track the next day. You can always get back on track. You don't have to just quit all because you messed up once.
Right. And another disclaimer here: we're not nutritionists.
Yes.
We're not doctors.
experts.
We're not experts.
This is what's worked for us.
What I'm doing based on my doctor's advice.
This is what I'm doing based on how I personally feel about the issue.
Right.
And how I've seen other people go through certain things.
Right. Right. So don't by any means
Follow our exact advice.
Right.
Just take what we say and really think about it and then form your own plan.
Right.
Like if you like more of what she's doing, but you don't want to go as extreme, like I said, change maybe like 5 things. Like make sure you drink more water, eat more vegetables, eat healthier proteins like ground turkey, chicken. Don't eat a lot of steak, ground beef.
Right.
Don't eat a lot of brown meats. A steak every once in a while, the size of your fist, is not bad for you. Well, red meat's my bad. Like I said, I am not an expert. Cadence. Shh.
Give us just a few minutes. We're almost done.
Red meats. I apologize. See, we're not experts. But red meats aren't as good for you. They don't have the healthier fats for you and better nutrition. But obviously, like we said, you can eat a red meat every once in a while. It's not gonna hurt you.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you for joining us on this really long Weight Loss Wednesday. I wanted to make a more in-depth video though. I felt like all my other videos were a little more superficial, and I wanted this to be really to get to know a little bit more about me and what I've done in life and why I'm doing the way I'm doing and how I'm doing and everything.
And I'm just here because I'm her best friend and I decided to
she's,
come up today.
She's been there through all my other diets. It's kind of like I want us to be healthier together, and we're going to do it 2 different ways, but we're going to do it together. So thank you for being here.
Oh my God.
All right, I'm going to end this awkwardly. Bye.